Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I am going to be showing you how you can start using some of your digital graphic, digital art to create designs inside of Canva instead of just using them as single images, especially if you're selling on Etsy. You want to find more creative ways um, to upscale that art instead of just using it as just a single image. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So we are inside Canva here. So what I'm going to do, and guys, I'm going to say right off the bat that you would need Canva Pro for this particular project, and that's because I'm going to be using a lot of the features that require you to have a paid subscription with Canva. Okay, so you can do this still with the free version, but you're going to be a little bit more limited. Okay, but I'm going to be using all the tools, the bells and whistles inside of Canva that I have available to me. Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on custom size, and I'm just going to go with a 2000 by 2000 pixels, which is pretty standard for what I'm going to be doing here. Okay, so when you come into Canva, we have our blank slide. I've uploaded the images that I want to work with. So I have a slew of images over here that I can actually choose from. And so, what I'm doing is normally when I bring my images in that I have created using Midjourney's Discord server, normally I bring those images in and I might increase the size and I would remove the background. So I would click on the image and go to edit photos. So right off the bat, I'm using Canva Pro, okay, because removing the background is a pro feature, which means the paid version. It has a little crown to let you know in order to use this functionality, you have to have the paid version of Canva um, to use it. So I'm going to click on remove BG so we can get a nice, crisp, clean background, okay. And so if I were to add some color to that, you can see that the background has been removed. Okay, so when I blow this up so you can see it better, looks nice already, right? So we could take this image if you're selling on Etsy or Shopify or wherever you're selling your digital art, Patreon, buy me a coffee type deal. You could use this image as a single image. You know, you could move her over to the left or right, add some words. I like to use my one-stop shop, Creative Fabrica. That's where I can get a lot of slogans that's already been put together for me. All I have to do is bring them into Canva and then add them. So I'm going to show you what that would look like. So right now we have just our single image that we brought from Midjourney's Discord server, and we just added a color that would complement her. And so when you're adding colors or background colors, guys, just a solid color, when you click on to do that, it's actually showing you what colors are in the photo. Okay. So I would always start here if I'm trying to make sure that my image feels cohesive, right? If you're not concerned about that, then you can come down to the default colors. Okay, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So if I choose that, starts to kind of look a little kind of wonky, right? Depending on what else I'm going to add to this slide. But immediately when I use the photo colors, the colors that come from the photo, it just felt a little bit more cohesive. Okay, so I just want to talk to you about that. All right. And then if you don't see the color that you want, guys, you could always come in here and you could, if you have the RGB, the color code, you could actually add it to add that color here as well. So maybe I'll do a video about that at another time, but I do want to put that out there. All right. That being said, I could go back to my uploads and I could find some of the things that I have put or some of the slogans that I've brought in from Creative Fabrica, my one-stop shop. I could bring that in and just click on that and we can say, make it happen and shock the world. Okay, so that could be a design that we may put together, for Etsy, right? Still looks good. But what I want to do is I'm going to come down and I'm going to add a page and I'm going to move that page up and then I'm going to take away this color and make it white. All right, so we have one design here we could use. I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to show you our history, right? So we started out, I'm going to duplicate that one. We would have started out where we, brought our image in, right? Then we added a color to the background. We removed the background and then we added a color from the photo. It looked like it took either her lipstick color, and added it to the image. Then we brought in a slogan or some wording. This came from Creative Fabrica. And now we're going to go into a complete scene. Okay. All right. So a complete scene, I would start looking for a background, right? And I already have in my head like a vision of what I want, right? So I'm going to go to element and I'm going to look for a bar scene or bar background. And I'm going to click on the graphics photos here. So I'm going to look at photos to see what I see up under bar scene. And I want something that's kind of like a real bar scene, not with anything close up. I want something with kind of like bar stools. So let's go. Let's go bar. Let's go bar stool. Let's see what we see. Okay, so I like this image here. So this is a pro version or an image that you would only be able to use with Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and click that one time and bring that over. Now, I could click on the three dots, which I call the ellipsis, right? I can click on that and then I could come down. Screen is not showing me here. All right. So I could come and say align to page. I could align it left. I can align it right. I can do all types of aligning there, or, keep it in the center wherever you want it. Or I could right click it and say replace background. And that's going to make it the full scale of my 2000 by 2000 pixel. All right. So kind of like that, but then I kind of don't. So let's go back. I'm going to click it again and I'm going to say, bring this up and then replace background. Okay, so it's a little bit larger than the size we have here, but it'll work. So we're going to go with that. Okay, so I have my bar background. Now I want to start adding characters to this. Okay, so this is what we have, right? So I want to start adding characters. I want to add a character to make it look like, it's a bar scene. Somebody sitting at the bar, somebody may be standing here at the bar. We're going to do that, right? So I'm going to go over to my uploads where I've brought in my images and find some images to work with. Now, luckily, when I was playing around in Midjourney, I got one image that the girl looked like she was sitting. And initially I was like, well, I'm not going to use that. But then I thought about it and I was like, I could use her in one of my complete designs. And that's what I call this, is a complete design, taking your images from Midjourney's Discord server and turning that image into a complete design and not just a single image, which is what you see here. Okay. All right. So I got my background and I got a perfect character for this background or this scene because she looked like she's sitting down. So I'm going to go ahead and click on her, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and click edit photo and BG remover to remove the background, right? Already looking good. We could have her getting really risque and have her sitting on the bar, right? It looked like she belonged there, don't it? All right. So we're going to take her and we're going to bring her down and make it look like she is sitting on that bar stool. And the sizing is really good because it came in and it made it look like her feet are touching. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know it's like at the bottom of the screen, but it looks like her feet is touching the bottom of the bar stool, which is good. So it looked like she just arrived and she hasn't put her bags down yet, you know, but she looked like she belonged in this image, right? And it looked like she was already, like we brought this image in and she was already sitting there, but we know she wasn't, right? All right. So we're going to add to her, right? We want to add another character. Now, I wouldn't use this character because she doesn't have any legs. So I would bring another one of the characters into the scene. I'm kind of digging on this girl right here. So I'm going to put her into the scene, right? She has legs, so we can make it look like she's standing. So again, we're going to go ahead and click on edit photo and BG remover to remove that background. And then I'm going to bring her and make her a little bit larger, but I'm going to make it look like Sister Girl is standing. Okay. And her dress is swooped over. So let's see what that looks like. All right. Believable. Very believable. Okay. One girl, sitting, got her bags, hasn't collected herself just yet. And other girl standing, and somebody came and said, "Girl, let me get y'all a picture right quick." And they went and took the photo. Okay. So now we got two characters in our design now, and that looks really good. But I'm getting low on design space, right? And so I'm thinking, this would be cute as the front of a greeting card, like a birthday greeting card. So how will I accomplish that, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm thinking greeting card, birthday, girls saying happy birthday to their best friend, right? So I'm gonna go to elements and now I'm going to search for balloons because we need to make it look like, kind of birthday-ish. So I'm gonna type in balloons and let's see what we're gonna work with here. I think I'm kind of feeling these. So I'm just going to bring those in and then I'm going to downsize them just a little bit. But I'm going to make it look like they are sitting back here on the bar like that. And then I'm going to right click and duplicate. We're going to put one on each side. Okay. And then we can take a look to see what it looks like. Let's bring it up. All right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, I could crop the stem of this to make it look like it started right there because I don't want to take up all my background scene. I do want to make it still look like a bar, but we'll just leave it there. For now, that's not bad. Okay. So now we have kind of like a birthday theme going on. We got some balloons. We got our girls that have arrived and they're ready to party. Somebody just snapped their photo really quick. And so now we want to go ahead and add like happy birthday or something like that. So what I would do is I would take this image now. I'm going to go ahead and add a page. And I'm just going to bring that up. I'm going to add a page. So before I add the page, I'm going to take this image and I'm going to download it as a PNG. So I'm going to make it look like an actual image here that came completely already whole. So I'm going to say share. and I'm going to save page 2 as a download. Okay, so we're going to go to select all pages, and I'm going to select page 2, done, and download. Now I can take that image and bring it into Canva as a PNG image, okay, like a complete design, right? So we're going to go to upload, upload files, and we are going to grab that image and bring it in. All right. So now we have that. We're going to go ahead and click on it. That is completed uploading. And I like how that sits in the center because this looks like the border of our card and the inside there, right? So we could leave that or we can make it larger, kind of go there. And we want to make sure it's centered so we can see that it is centered there. All right. So now we can add happy birthday somewhere on here or whatever you want it to say, right? We got our girls, we got our balloons, we got our bar scene background. Everything is going good. So if I click on this now and click on the background color, I could again pull colors from the photo, right, to make it look cohesive, or I can come down to the default colors. Now we could go with the black, okay, and that's what that will look like. Or we could go with a gray. That might look nice, but you have options, right? So we could come here and say, okay, I'm going to go with this gray color. I'm going to go with the darker gray, right? And then I want to add happy birthday. So I'm going to come over to elements and I'm going to type in happy birthday. Now you could just use text, guys, and just type in happy birthday, but I'm going to use a happy birthday that's already been put together, right? So let's see what we got out here. Let's go to graphics and let's find a happy birthday that would go with our theme that we have going on so far. This one looks cute. So I'm going to click that one and then I'm going to downsize it. So I want it to kind of fit right in there, right in there. So I'm going to go down and then I want to make sure it's centered. I always want to click on that top one, but that shrinks your or not shrinks, but crops your happy birthday. Let's see if I'm going to be able to get that in there. I have to go up just a little bit on them, still making sure it's centered because I don't want the happy birthday to interfere with my image. I think I still need to bring it down a little bit, but we could get creative and go here and we could rotate it to make it go like that on the card. But then I probably would go with a darker color. Yeah, I would go with a darker color. All right, but I'm going to go back down because I really do want it at the bottom. Maybe this birthday won't work for me. Let me try another one. And that's a good thing. We got options. We got options in Canva. We could go with that, right? I don't want to take away from my bar scene though. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't even, oh, I definitely did not mean to click on that. Let's go back here. There we go. But that one is cute. That happy birthday. I could have added that to the bar scene, but hey, another time. I'm going to put this back on black. I think I like black better. I'm thinking I like black better, and I think that'll look better with my gold because I want to use a gold. Let's see. I want a gold happy birthday. Let me go back to the top and see what I see. Huh. All right, I'm not gonna make this a whole shebang about birthday. So, now people are getting more to the digital um cards. So this would be perfect, guys, to create a digital card instead of a physical card that you have to actually mail, right? I'm gonna have to go a little bit smaller because I want my happy birthday to look big. I like a second thought. We just threw it in. All right, we just want to make sure it's centered and we want to make sure our image is centered. Okay, let's say it's centered. It looks kind of wonky to me. All right, so there we have our birthday card. Did I pull this in from somewhere? Why is this? Child, get out my image. I don't know how that pulled in from Creative Fabrica. Okay, there we have it. So now we have our complete design, guys. And the good thing about this is you now have a complete design where, you could play around with this to now say, okay, I'm going to duplicate this and you could make this border, different colors. So initially we see it, we kind of like the gray. We could have the gray. We could duplicate it. We could do blue. That blue looks nice. So now you have taken and went from starting a design that was just the image itself, okay, that we just brought from Midjourney's Discord server. Then we added some color using a color from her image to make it cohesive, okay. Then we added some words, that came from Creative Fabrica. One of the designs from Creative Fabrica, Make It Happen and Shock the World, looks really nice. And then we went in and we completed a complete design. We added balloons, we added the characters, we took the bar scene from Canva, and made it look really realistic here. And then we saved that as a PNG image file. And then we turned it into a card and we played around with different backgrounds with the happy birthday. And you can change, like I said, where the happy birthday, lands on the page. We could duplicate this and we could take that happy birthday and put it at the top so it doesn't have to be at the bottom, or put it, kind of coming across the slide. If I were to do that, I probably would come in and add an outline. So I would go to shadows, outline, and I would outline that happy birthday in some color so that it doesn't look, wonky. And it can be seen. I don't know if I would use that color, but I'm just kind of giving you some thoughts right here so that it's not just, you know, um where the happy birthday can be seen. It's not just uh very light or whatever. And you could also put it at the bottom. It doesn't have to be at the top. It could be, kind of calicorner that way. All right. But however you so choose, guys, and it doesn't have to be birthday. It could be, any type of celebration for you and your girls. It could be a night out on the time, a night out on the town. It could be a mom that, has gotten out of the house for the first time after having a baby. It could be any type of celebration that you want it to be. All I'm just saying is to step outside of the box and start thinking of creative ways that you can do full designs besides just bringing the image into Canva, playing around with it, removing background, and then saving it as a PNG and then selling it on Etsy. You could also make this a file where you could sell the individual image and then you could sell different variations of that image. You could also sell the images by themselves or do a bundle set with the complete design. Okay, so that was what I wanted to talk about today, guys. I played around with it and decided, that I wanted to show you guys. You could also get an outline on your image as well. So we could come here and say, add a shadow. We could do um, an outline, and we could make that a different color so that it stands out. Okay, so it would look like that. Have that border around your image, which would look nice, but you could play around with the different border colors to make it all cohesive. But it is so much that you can do inside of Canva to design out your images, guys. And so I'm one of those people that this is kind of like the stuff I like to do. I kind of like to just make complete images or pictures instead of just using the picture by itself, because a lot of times when I see the images I'm like, oh, that'll look good in this kind of scene or that kind of scene. So start looking at your images and visualizing a complete design, not just the image, a single image by itself, but a complete design. And a complete design for you, it could be adding a background and then adding some words to it. Okay. um and you can even get even creative, here as well. We could go in and we could say elements. We could do background, see what comes up. Because sometimes you don't really have a thought in your head as to what type of background, but you could just come out and put backgrounds and then, just kind of look at photos and see what you see. And it's like, I don't really know. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, check that out. Okay. So bring it all together, guys. That's the purpose of Canva. If you're paying for it, use it to its the best of its ability. Okay. If you have Creative Fabrica, the one-stop shop, use Creative Fabrica in conjunction with your Canva Pro, because you can only use so many slogans. At some point in time, these slogans that they have in Canva, you will have probably used them all. You know, so instead of sticking to the slogans that you see. Let's do slogans out here. And these are what I call, slogans, right? At some point in time, you're going to run out of these and have used them all, right? And so it's always a good idea to go to that backup. So I'm going to show you here, and I'll put my affiliate. If you do not have Creative Fabrica, I will put my affiliate in the description of this video tutorial. But this is Creative Fabrica. I call it my one-stop shop. This is where you can come and you can get fonts, you can get graphics, and you can use this in conjunction with your Canva to complete. I don't know why I want to keep making that a complete word, okay? But you could come out here and you can type in like if I wanted some diva type stuff, right? I can type in diva, and then I could come down and look, to see what I see out here. Okay, you could use Diva, you could incorporate that into Canva. This Diva is powered by wine, so I'm going to show you one bundle of phrases that I got. But Creative Fabrica has some of everything, guys, that you can possibly think of. So you don't have to have Midjourney's Discord server. You could actually use images from Creative Fabrica as well. Y'all see my store? I got my little store on Creative Fabrica now. These are my images. Go Doris. Anywho, let me keep going. So I'm gonna go to my downloads, and I got motivational. This was a bundle that I got of motivational slogans. Okay. So be the reason someone smiles today. Do not stop until you're proud. So that was one bundle that I got, and this bundle was by SVG Art. And then I also took a wine bundle. So all you would do is just click on download and get this file exported. Once you get it exported, then you can take those like normal images into Canva, And then I also, this design bundle right here for wine is by Zec Workshop, ZEC Workshop. And I also took Black Girl Magic. I think this was one that had just one. So she's got that independent wake up and make stuff happen kind of verb. Okay. And this sounds like somebody I probably would want to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and click on them and go ahead and view their profile out here and see. I'm pretty sure they got some other stuff. Look at that. Which please. All right. So Creative Fabrica is another place, guys. Like I said, it's my one-stop shop. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it, especially if you're selling images and you want to do complete designs. It'll give you more tools to put in your toolbox, right? And that's what I call all this stuff out here, more tools that I can actually use, right? But I will put my affiliate code in the description of this video tutorial. They have a yearly and a monthly subscription. I highly recommend the yearly subscription because you can pay one time and be done with it for the next 12 months. And then you'll be using all this stuff for free. Now, if you don't have a Creative Fabrica account, then you can still use it, but you'll just have to pay for the images and the fonts and stuff like that as you use them. So it's kind of like a la carte, you pay as you go. Okay. But that is that, guys. So I'm going to show you how easy it is for those of you that may be new. Um, we're going to go here and we're going to take this design. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. I'm going to download it. And that file is now download. And I'm going to go over and click on my downloads folder. And here it is. I'm going to right click and extract it and extract all. So now I can go right into Canva and upload that file. And what I'm going to do is get a blank slide here. And I'm going to move it up and say, delete that. All right. So now I can go to uploads, upload file, and I'm going to go to my downloads and make sure I have this on all files. And I'm going to type in just, and here is that file right here. And when you view it, it shows you what's in it. And this one is the PNG. I'm going to go with that and open. And now I have that file. All right, so I could then go in and take and click that. It's a large file. I don't know why I keep getting this dang on generate Creative Fabrica. Stop that, okay? I'm gonna delete this. Get out of here. Okay, so that file has completed uploading, right? So then I could go into like something like this, right? I could bring her in and then, and I'm just using this as a reference, guys. You don't have to really do this, but then we could downsize that and now we got, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus, but I probably would have like a Halloween type image or something, on there. But I just wanted to show you how you just bring it in like it's a normal, image and plop that in. And then of course I would take a color from my image. I kind of want that color right there. But anywho, okay. So that's all I wanted to show you guys is how I go about making complete designs. If you're new to it, guys, don't look at it as it's hard. Just set aside one Saturday, one Sunday to just play around with it. And trust me, it'll start clicking and coming together for you. And then one day you'll look back and say, I remember when all I used to do was just single images in Etsy and put like five different poses of that same image and sell it as a bundle. You can still get really creative, but just make it a complete design and just instead of just 5 and 10 images of the same thing. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Again, Canva Pro, Creative Fabrica. I highly recommend you have both of those in your toolbox because they will allow you to get really creative as a crafter or someone that wants to sell their digital images. You can really blow them out using Canva and Creative Fabrica together. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you're currently in my Facebook group, Candora's Cricket and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for following me via Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group, all you have to do is click on the link in the description of this video tutorial and agree to great the Facebook great book Facebook group rules. I don't know what's wrong with me, y'all. Y'all pray for me, okay? But agree to the Facebook group rules and you're in. If you're currently on my subscribe to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you like my method of teaching and you're seeing me for the first time, then please, please, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Okay. And again, I will link the resources that I used in this video in the description of this video tutorial. All right. All right, guys. That's where we started from. All right. We started from the bottom and now we're here. All right. All right, guys. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.